God, is that the faces of the future?
It's the D2C era. It's back to that. Yo, you gotta sell out the trunk damn near. Like,
bro, that's what I'm saying. I remember I said it's gonna get back to how it is. I mean, yeah, it's still digital, but it's more hand-to-hand transaction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because even and I don't want to go off topic too much, but like I was listening to a clip about Irv Gotti. It was like he was like on Ebro in the morning, and he was talking about how he was telling Drake, he's like, yeah, you're good, but like if you was back in our era, you would sell like 2 million copies as opposed to 200 million because you really had to do the physical hand to hand. It's not like the labels boosting you up, the bots aren't behind you, you're not pushing X, Y, and Z. And they were trying to give him a hard time. But it's like, nah, it's different when you really have to go out there and physically push your product and to get that return.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. And you're seeing the artists really having to do that now because people are seeing what the game is. Yeah. People understand what the game is. Like the average consumer is starting to realize what this is.
The mask got pulled off, bro.
Yeah,
that's
the mask got pulled off when it comes to all that. So, I mean, that brings me to my next thing that's caused like a lot of, I'm not going to say controversy, but it's caused a lot of discussions in the way the music industry is going. Even doing a partnership with Universal to be their, I guess, D2C partner. And it says even becomes UMG's primary direct-to-consumer resource across its labels and artists. The deal gives UMG artists access to 3 main tools: Even's dedicated marketplace where fans discover and buy directly from them, its consumer discovery platform, and Even Studio, a white label tool that lets any artist transform their own website into a superfan destination. The partnership also plugs into UMG's existing D2C infrastructure for vinyl and merch fulfillment. And a couple of people we know that used Even. Obviously, La Russell's one of the biggest people that did a big deal with them.
Sell out.
Wale did some work with them. J. Cole's team did some stuff with them as well for his Forest Hill Drive 10th anniversary, and also for the Fall Off. But what does this say for the landscape of the music industry? And then also, what are your thoughts about just like how things are going to be? Do you think more labels are going to start trying to partner with Even? Do you think other platforms are going to come to try to compete with Even to be that direct to consumer? Because we even talked about this as like a platform of like how we can do that for not musicians, but like, you know, anything.
Wait, so Eve is basically a platform where artists can create a website and just sell their whatever?
Yes, direct to consumer. So
like I said,
they're being the marketplace.
I just said this before. Like UMG is going to get to a point where they're buying their IP.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. Like, I mean, I guess it's a good move for the artist. Yeah, sure, cool. But I mean, like, La Russell, I mean, he already partnered with Eve before
all this happened.
So, I mean, it's kind of like he's forced to have to do it now.
Yeah. I mean,
because they're not doing a partnership with La Russell. They're doing a partnership with Eve.
Yeah.
So, it's not like he's selling out. It's just UMG just gave him that bag.
Yeah. And
you know what I mean?
You mean Rock gave him the bag.
No, I'm saying, isn't La Russell through Eve?
So Even and La Russell did a partnership a while ago. Like when Even was like a nobody type of brand. Like they were coming up. So we kind of put them on because La Russell's the biggest, like one of the biggest D2C artists in the game right now.
Right.
So he kind of like elevated the brand to show the proof of concept.
But that's not their company. That's not his company, right?
I think he has a stake in it now. He has ownership, probably like a small stake.
So yeah, why not?
Yeah, you feel me? So I'm pretty sure that was probably part of his, and they can correct me if I'm wrong, they can look this up, but I'm pretty sure when he partnered with Even, he probably had some type of deal where since he's elevating them, putting them on the platform, showing the other artists that their platform works with the D2C, he probably definitely has some type of ownership in it or equity stake in what they got going on, because that was like a couple years ago they did something with Even. So, but Another conversation that can be had when it comes to this is just like, what does owning your fan actually look like in 2026 for the artist? Because if these big labels are, like you said, buying the IP of like an Eve and whatever it is, what does this mean for the industry, and why are they like suddenly like obsessed with super fans? Is it because like the streaming is low? Is the mask pulled off? Like what are your thoughts around that?
Like why is like the industry like so like invested in getting these type of platforms and stuff?
Yeah,
like
like now obsessed with like the DDC, because before, streaming was the big for like 10 years.
Because they know they're gonna get cut out, bro.
Yeah.
Like if they can, if an artist can literally create their own, put it this way, if J. Cole can just have his own standalone website,
yeah,
you know how much money they're losing out?
Right.
or like a Drake.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So I mean, they have to go around the artist and just go to the platform.
Right.
We're buying the platform,
But
which is Russell's smart by having a stake.
Yeah.
Even, but
remember remember we had that whole debate with the Drake and Kendrick thing, and I made that statement. It's like, yo, if Drake really wanted to show like he was that guy, he would go direct to consumer. But we were trying to, why hasn't he done that yet? Because that would change though.
But isn't that the main reason why he went? He's linking up with Gamma.
I mean, I don't think he's been direct to consumer yet. He hasn't yet.
I don't know.
Yeah, but I'm saying though, like what
but you gotta think about Iceman. You never know.
No, but that could be the thing that's happening. But that remember that was a question that I posed. Like if he was, and we had a whole debate about it, about like, why hasn't he done it yet? Like based on this and that. Because like we said, because I made the statement that if Drake went direct to consumer, it's like you only can get your music from OVO.com, where you have to buy that would fuck the whole game up.
Yeah, no,
the whole entire the whole industry would be flipped up. If he did that, bro, like the game would be messed up. The biggest artist in the game going direct to consumer, cutting out the label, cutting out the streaming platform, that would mess up everything.
You got it, but you got to think about it. You got to get through all that legality.
No, for sure, for sure.
Because you don't know. I mean, you got to think about it. Like, you know how many people really has their hands in Drake.
Yeah, a lot of people do. A lot of people have stake in that. But
to where it's like that next move of him doing that, like he's probably trying to wait until the smoke clears.
True. That
you get what I'm saying?
He definitely was probably trying to wait till the smoke clears, but that was also like the argument we were having of like, remember how we were always complaining about like, oh, they're conspiring against with the bias and stuff. Just like kind of like pulling the mask back and all of that.
Which is smooth.
And it's like, yeah, but it's like if you're trying to still show that, all right, my notoriety, my pool, my influence is what it is. Why not just show it? Why not just go
timing
to the? I know timing. I'm obviously like timing. But I'm just saying based on for the conversation. So it's just like Drake. Like you like why go sue? Why go do this? Just bro, drop and show. Like yo, this is what really. I feel like that's like the Joker in the deck. It's like bro, like if I'm going to consumer, I'm cutting all y'all. Like now what? Now what can you really do? You can't silence. You can do nothing. It's like because I don't need you. Because at the end of the day, if we're keeping it a being, if an artist like Drake, if an artist like a Taylor Swift, or like a Justin Bieber, a J. Cole went D2C and proved that they didn't need these labels, bro, them bulls would become obsolete for the most. Not obsolete, but it's like they wouldn't hold as much weight.
Yeah,
they wouldn't hold as much weight, and it would influence the rest of that. The people coming after them to do the same thing, and then the artists would really have the leverage, and that goes across the board when it comes to like, and I'm not gonna go too far out on a tangent. It goes across the board when it comes to just like, when it comes to basketball players like the NBA or NFL players in the NFL. It's like they don't realize how much leverage they have, and that brings me back to like the artists. Like the artists have the leverage because the platforms are nothing without the artists.
They do.
The platforms are nothing without the artists.
You're right, but the thing is, they're trying to ensure they can get their full dollar, bro.
True.
True. Like, why come out with such a grand plan and you only get fucking a cent on the dollar?
True.
That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Just like Justin Bieber, he had to drop that fucking project that was great just to pay back Scooter Braun.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is he really gonna benefit off that? Maybe 30 years later.
Yeah. But it's just the interesting.
It's fucked, right?
It's very fucked, bro. When it comes to that's an interesting conversation to have because all it takes is one of them. One of the big wigs to do the D2C. Like I'm talking about 100% D2C. Not it's coming on streaming platforms later, but excuse me, it's there, and that's where you have to get my product. You have to get my product for here. But also, do you think it's like they don't want to like show? I mean, there probably wouldn't be no way to track their numbers when it comes to these. Only they would be able to see their numbers.
Fuck yeah, that's the whole point.
So why not?
I mean, it's not about the why not. They can. It's just when.
Yeah.
When can they? Like that's the ultimate question. When can you do that to where you know you're really cashing out for real? Because
why wouldn't they cash out from the jump though?
They are, but I'm saying my point before, bro. There's so many hands in their pots.
True. And
you get what I'm saying?
I get that.
Like if I'm Drake, why do I? If I can do this grand plan, I'm him. I'm trying to make sure no label, none of that is really touching this.
Right.
It's just me and my camp.
Right.
So it's just like if I can't do that, if I'm tied down to certain obligations in the contract, because there's probably some shit to where it's like you can't do certain shit without our consent, or we have to get some sort of percent, whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
Just because they're this big of an artist.
Yeah.
So just like I said, it comes back down to timing because that shit gets tricky.
Yeah, because maybe the game move with Iceman, maybe that is the route because Larry Jackson is the one who kind of orchestrated that deal with Drake when he first went on Apple back in the day to allow, because that was kind of like the first instance of like the D to C asset we only get on this platform. Because remember when Drake used to drop, it was like when his first album, when he did that deal with Apple, you could only get his music on Apple Music. It wasn't on Spotify or whatever it is for like the first however long it was, and then it was everywhere, but
exclusively on Apple.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how this plays out because I think this is a turning point. This is a very big turning point in the music industry. From it going from the streaming, because streaming is streaming, but the artists want their dollar, and then just like how the era that's coming up in music, bro.
Right.
Like these young cats, I don't like. And we'll shift into like the on the radar stuff as well too. Like these young cats, bro. Like they want to get it out the trunk, bro.
Yeah.
They want to go to direct to consumer. Now that's why I said I have to applaud LaRussell. Like as much as people want to give him slack, like he showed these artists that it's possible.
Right.
He showed these artists that it's possible to not have to rely on the label no matter what deal he's doing now. You don't have to. You can do it on your own. You can build your own community. You can have the tangible shit. Because like even with the Proud to Pay, like you had like Kyrie Irving paying he paid like $11,000 or something like that for one of his albums.
Right.
So imagine if one of these like not just mid-tier artists or whatever it may be did the Proud to Pay whatever. You never know who might not drop a bag on your project because they think it's a classic, or like with the Fall Off, this potentially being J. Cole's last project. Instead of him dropping it on DSPs for everybody to hear, he drops it exclusively on his website. And since it may be the last one, and I'm dropping a certain amount of tapes, people might pay that 10 bands or whatever just for that because we may not know like this could be the last one ever, and that value that becomes like almost like an artistic piece where. All right, I'm buying it for $10,000 now, but since his last album ever, 20 years from now, I'm only one of like 20,000 people that has this project, the physical copy, and you can flip it, whatever it may be.
Right.
But I don't know. That's a lot of stuff. I just think about stuff like that when it comes to that.